And one thing I've learned consistently and constantly from reading.
We do have a responsibility to get this over to everybody, that hate is a cancerous disease that ultimately destroys both the hater and the hated in the process, if not physically, certainly spiritually and psychologically.
You know, whether it's reading Martin Luther King's books or Malcolm X or Baldwin or Nelson Mandela or Steve Biko, whoever it is, one thing you learn consistently is racism does not stand up well to contact. And that is one thing that I've noticed continuously, anecdotally in my life and through the stories of people I've read. But when people are in contact with someone of another race, you find, and consistently, I don't mean just meeting you in the street, I mean like in your life, you find that racism doesn't hold up, because racism is based on race, and race is a construct that has been created to oppress people, and it is a fallacy at the end of the day. So when you meet the people, you start to see the people behind the thing that you've been taught like exists, but it doesn't really.
It's hard to hate black people if you have black friends.
It's extremely hard.
It's hard to hate white people if you got white friends.
Look at it in the US. Look at it in the US. Look at it in many countries in the world. Places where people will say, like, you know, they go in America, where do they hate Muslim people the most? Places where there are none.
I do agree with Trevor Noah 100%. And honestly, this is something I've noticed too. Racism really doesn't survive real human connection. The moment you meet people, get to know them as individuals, all those prejudices just fall apart. And it's not just Trevor saying this. Think about Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." That's exactly it. When you actually spend time with people of other races, you start seeing them as people, not some stereotype you've been fed. Even Malcolm X went through it. When he traveled to Mecca and saw people of every race praying together, he realized how much his old ideas were based on a false narrative. That's proof. Contact changes perspective. It humanizes people. And Nelson Mandela? After 27 years in prison, he didn't come out bitter. He came out believing in reconciliation. He said, "No one is born hating another person. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love." That's exactly what Trevor is pointing to. Racism is taught. It's not natural. So yeah, it's simple but powerful. If you want to break down hate, you just have to engage, connect, and build real relationships. It's hard to hate someone when you actually know them. And the more we do this, the less room there is for all the lies and fear that racism depends on.